Masai Russell is 0.02 seconds from breaking the 100-meter hurdles world record, a mark that stood since 2022. Tonight in Monaco, on one of the fastest tracks in the sport, she finally gets her shot. But she's not the only threat in this race, and by the end of the night, only one hurdler leaves with that record. Right now, it belongs to Nigeria's Tobi Amusan, a 12.12 run at the World Championships in Eugene. It turned her into a legend of the sport, and nobody has come close since. But this year, one runner has spent every race treating that number like a target instead of an untouchable wall. That runner is Masai Russell, the reigning Olympic champion. She won gold at the Paris Olympics in 2024, edging out France's Sirena Samba Mayela in a photo finish. Since then, she's been building towards something bigger. This season, she has looked unstoppable. To understand how big a deal this is, you need to understand how deep this event has gotten. Right now, 8 of the 10 fastest women's 100-meter hurdles times in history belong to runners who are still actively competing. That has never happened before in this event. Every time these women line up together, there's a real chance history gets rewritten. And out of that entire group, one runner has separated herself from the pack this year. It started in May at the Shanghai Diamond League, the first stop of the year. Russell won in 12.25, the fastest time in the world at that point. That was just the opening statement. A week later in Xiamen, she blew past it. Russell crossed the line in 12.14 seconds. That's the second fastest 100-meter hurdles time in history. Only Amusan has ever run faster. And here's the part that made headlines around the world. Amusan was in that exact race. She finished second, chasing Russell the whole way, but never closing the gap. The Olympic champion had just beaten the world record holder, running a time that came within 0.02 of a second of erasing her name from the record books entirely. Russell wasn't done. On July 4th, at the Prefontaine Classic in Eugene, she won again. This time, she ran 12.24, tying a meeting record that had stood since 2016. Amusan finished second again, this time by a full 1/10 of a second, with Davine Charlton and Grace Stark close behind for third. 3 Diamond League races in the 100-meter hurdles this season. 3 wins for Masai Russell. She has not lost once, and every single time, she has beaten the woman who actually owns the world record. So why isn't she walking into Monaco as the clear, unquestioned favorite? Because of one race last September that nobody saw coming. At the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo, Russell was the reigning Olympic champion and the fastest woman in the world that year. She was supposed to win gold. Instead, she got a slow reaction off the blocks, clipped a couple of hurdles, and finished 4th. The gold medal went to a 23-year-old Swiss hurdler named Ditaji Kambundji, someone almost nobody had picked to win that final. Kambundji ran a lifetime best of 12.24, beating both Amusan and Russell on the biggest stage in the sport. She said afterward that she barely believed the result herself until she saw her name at the top of the scoreboard. It was Switzerland's first ever World Championship gold in track and field history, and it came from the younger sister of Swiss sprint star Mujinga Kambundji, who had spent years watching her sibling compete before finding her own path in the hurdles. That result changed everything. Kambundji isn't just another name in tonight's field. She's the reigning world champion, and she's the only hurdler on the planet who has beaten Masai Russell when a global title was on the line. Russell has run 3 of the fastest times in the world this year. She's beaten the actual world record holder 3 separate times in 2026 alone. And yet, the last time she stepped onto a championship track, she lost, and lost to someone few people even considered a threat going in. That's the shadow hanging over tonight's race. Numbers on paper say Russell should win easily, but track and field doesn't always follow the paper. Here's what makes Monaco different from Tokyo, though. Russell's 2026 season has been dominant from start to finish. Kambundji's hasn't. Back in Shanghai in May, the same meeting where Russell opened her year with a 12.25, Kambundji finished all the way down in 5th place, running 12.82. Since her shocking win last September, she has not looked like the runner who stunned the world. Tonight is her chance to prove that Tokyo wasn't a lucky night that will never come again. There's another twist worth knowing. Tobi Amusan, the actual world record holder, is not even racing in Monaco. She's not on the entry list for tonight's final. So this isn't a 3-way battle for the record. It's a direct rematch of the Tokyo final, between the runner who has dominated every race this season and the one runner who beat her when the whole world was watching. The location adds even more pressure. Monaco's Stade Louis II is known as one of the fastest tracks on the entire Diamond League circuit. Records fall here more often than almost anywhere else on the calendar. Pole vault world record holder Mondo Duplantis has broken his own record on this exact track before, and he's back tonight chasing another one. Faith Kipyegon, the world record holder in the mile, is also racing tonight after her first Diamond League loss in 4 years, looking to bounce back on the same track where she's rewritten history before. The whole night in Monaco is built around athletes chasing numbers nobody else has ever reached. If there was ever a stage built for a 100-meter hurdles world record, this is it. Russell knows it. The day before the race, she was asked if running under 12 seconds is realistic for her. Her answer left no room for doubt. She said, "I do believe breaking sub 12 is definitely possible for me. I am in the best shape of my life, and as I get stronger, faster, and more experienced, we will start seeing 12.0s and 11.9s. That's not wishful thinking. That's a hurdler who has already run the second fastest time in history, telling everyone the record is just the starting point. The rest of the field is loaded too. Nadine Visser of the Netherlands has a season best of 12, 28 and has been in the mix all year. Poland's Pia Skrzyszowska and American Alacia Johnson round out a field deep enough to push everyone to their absolute limit. Jamaica's Demisha Roswell and NCAA champion Aaliyah McCormick, who is making her Diamond League debut tonight, add even more speed to the lineup. Even the 7th and 8th fastest women in this race have personal bests under 12.5 seconds. Nobody gets an easy lane tonight, and depth like this is exactly what pushes elite hurdlers into record territory. A fast field means a fast pace from the very first hurdle, and a fast pace is exactly what a world record attempt needs. Think about what a world record actually means for Russell's career at this point. She already has the Olympic gold medal. She already has the second fastest time ever run. The only thing missing from her resume is the #1 spot on the all-time list, and the only thing standing between her and that number, besides the clock, is a rival who has already proven she can rise to the occasion when it matters most. A win tonight over Kambundji, combined with a world record, would answer every remaining question about who the best hurdler on the planet really is. But when the gun goes off, this race really comes down to two storylines colliding. On one side, an Olympic champion who has not lost a single 100-meter hurdles race in 2026, who ran the second fastest time in history just 2 months ago, and who says a world record is only a matter of time. On the other side, the one hurdler alive who already beat her when an actual world title was on the line, a reigning champion looking to prove that Tokyo was the start of something, not a one-time miracle. Masai Russell gets her shot at redemption tonight, on a track built for record-breaking runs, against the only rival who has ever taken a global title away from her. Amusan's 12:12 is still standing. For now, it's still the record. Whether it survives the night in Monaco is about to be decided, and whoever crosses that line first is about to answer a question the whole sport has been asking all season.